A worker feeds a whole chicken into an industrial chopper machine, which cuts it into pieces. A worker is feeding and rolling a large mass of light blue rubber foam material through a machine. A high-speed CNC spring coiling machine produces a long extension spring from metal wire. A vibratory bowl feeder automatically orients and feeds small, round plastic caps onto a conveyor. A tractor attachment with a roller efficiently forms and compacts a soil embankment or ridge. A tract cleaning robot with a spray nozzle cleans the inside of ventilation ductwork and piping. A square baler and wrapper machine compresses hay, straw into a large bale, then wraps it in plastic. A vibratory bowl feeder automatically sorts and feeds small metal screws into separate containers. Automated machinery applies decals to ceramic plates, followed by workers sorting finished bowls. A large industrial shredder slowly crushes and demolishes a children's bicycle for recycling. A machine is shown inserting tufts of bristles into a plastic comb brush handle. A stamping machine deep draws and cuts a large metal disc to produce a round wheel-like component. A heavy haul truck transports a massive yellow dump truck body on a multi-axle low-loader trailer. A device scans or reads a black card placed on the seat of an electric scooter. A worker operates a plastering machine that automatically applies and smooths wet cement onto a brick wall. A motor-driven belt system powers a rock crusher that rapidly crushes large stones into smaller pieces. A specialized excavator attachment quickly removes and places concrete railway sleepers during track maintenance. Laser welder joins to curved pieces of metal with a fast, sparkling weld. hydraulic nut splitter tool is used to crack and remove a rusty, seized nut on heavy equipment. A collapsible, telescopic barrier gate on a trailer extends to block a railroad crossing for safety. A small tractor attachment is loosening soil around the base of garlic, leaf plants for harvest. The worker uses an automated lift to load racks of tobacco leaves into a curing barn. A lathe machine is used to bore and face the center pipe of a large, rotating metal disc. A person feeds a large log into a kinetic cone with splitter, which easily splits it. A humanoid robot is depicted shoveling chunks of ice off a snowy sidewalk. A tractor pulls potato harvester digs and separates crops from the soy using a sifting belt. A worker changes a large roll of plastic film on a converting, slitting machine in a factory. A craftsperson uses a wet tile saw to cut a porcelain plate with a bagua pattern precisely. A punch press machine rapidly stamps circular blanks from a sheet of metal. A trailer-mounted system pumps water slurry from its back, possibly for irrigation or liquid fertilizer. A woman uses a handheld fertilizer applicator to apply granules near young corn plants. A machine turns and polishes a stone or wooden bead into a perfect sphere. A braiding machine weaves metal wires around a hose to create a flexible braided sheet. A metal sheet is patterned by a roller press into checker plate, then cut by a shear. A planting machine automatically drops garlic cloves into trenches in the soil for planting. A heavy-duty punch press punches a circular metal plate to create a slotted hole pattern. An induction heating coil heats a metal part, likely a gear blank, for heat treatment with cooling liquid. A heavy outrigger stabilizer presses down onto a pair of shoes as a demonstration of pressure. feeder automatically sorts and feeds small, pink, cylindrical plastic parts like pen caps. A tapping machine uses a large tap tool to cut internal threads in a thick, low metal part. A tractor-toed sprayer with a long boom and claw could apply chemicals to corn plants. A handheld laser welding machine is used to clean rust and weld metal parts together. Workers use a hydraulic cutter to slice through thick, heavy-duty industrial cables for scrap. Workers feed pre-printed cardboard sheets into a box folding and gluing machine in a factory. A seamstress operates a dirty industrial sewing machine to sew a zipper and later, white fabric. An injection molding machine opens to reveal and eject a row of newly molded plastic spoons. A worker changes the thick oil draining from the undercarriage of a large excavator. A man feeds a thick cable into a stripping machine to separate the copper and insulation. A portable electric pump dispenser is used to dispense water and heat a kettle on a water jug. A woman feeds corn stalks into a chaff cutter machine, producing shredded forage. A hydraulic baling press crushed a pile of aluminum beverage cans into a dense recycling block. A detailing brush and cleaner are used to scrub and clean the jambs and seals of a car door. A mechanical line of rotating rigs cleans off a conveyor belt of eggs, depositing them into slurry. A machine is spot welding nickel strips onto a series of 18,650 lithium-ion battery cells to create a pack. A wood peeling machine uses rotating rollers to strip the bark and smooth a log. A heavy-duty filter press machine compresses the filter plates, likely for dewatering slurry. A person uses an impact wrench and swivel socket to remove a rusty engine mount bolt. A mobile crane lifts and moves a large concrete block at a construction site near an overpass. A person uses a drill to create holes in pieces of dark, fragrant wood, likely for beads. A processing machine uses conveyor belts to wash and separate gravel from soil. A crane is unloading an enormous anchor chain onto a multi-axle flatbed trailer at a dock. A conveyor system rapidly loads dark aggregate likely coal into open-top railway freight cars. A corn sheller pelletizer rapidly removes kernels from cobs and then forms the mixed material into pellets. A CNC milling machine uses a drill bit to precisely drill holes in a metal part. An aerial view of a large barge, a ferry loading and transporting numerous semi-trailer trucks across a river. A craftsperson uses a fine blade saw to cut small wooden rings from a decorative wood block. A technician uses an induction heater to braze a copper terminal onto the end of a wire. A woman loads and uses an electric food chopper grinder to quickly mince white radishes. A potato or root crop harvester digs up soil and separates it with a chain rod conveyor belt. A worker uses a pneumatic nailing machine to rapidly assemble wooden frames from pre-cut pieces. A planting attachment on a tractor efficiently lays plastic mulch and embeds it in the soil. A farmer uses a manual seeder to plant seeds in prepared soil trenches efficiently. A worker uses an adjustable conveyor belt to load sacks of powder onto a truck. A worker operates a machine to wind thin metal strips into a spiral wound gasket. A worn carbide tooth is brazed onto a circular saw blade using induction heating. A hydraulic auger drill digs deep, wide foundation holes in the soil with assistance from workers. A hydraulic press machine compresses a flat sheet of material between large molds, plates, repeatedly. A homemade wooden press is used to crush aluminum beverage cans for recycling. A craftsperson is rerouting the hair onto a doll's head using a specialized needle. A running electric motor and belt drive system connected to a scooter or motorcycle wheel. A metal press uses a die to punch a three-bladed fan propeller shaped from sheet metal. A drill creates holes in small, dark pieces of fragrant wood, likely for incense or prayer beads. A worker uses a large impact wrench with an extension to tighten a heavy bolt on a crawler track. An excavator bucket at the bottom of a deep circular shaft digs and removes thick slurry, mud. A stonemason is chiseling and shaping a piece of sandstone with a wide chisel. Adds. A large quantity of shredded black and white material is moved by a powered conveyor belt system. Workers use a machine to wrap large steel pipes with anti-corrosion white material outdoors. A motor drives a V-belt pulley system for a jack crusher to crush large rocks. A person installs and operates a modern LED shower panel featuring a temperature and time display. Two portable hydraulic tools are shown bending and cutting a steel rebar or metal rod. A person uses a push cultivator with rotating blades to till and cultivate the soil. A corner joint of an aluminum window frame is cleaned and then pressed by a machine. A man feeds a log into a wood splitter machine, rapidly cleaving it into firewood. A machine is welding a PVC vinyl window frame corner and removing the excess material. feed pellet machine processes corn and dry stalks into uniform animal feed pellets. Workers attach and secure chain link mesh to a green metal frame using tools. A worker sprays pressurized water onto a steep gravel and dirt slope to clean or break it down. Workers at a quarry push crushed rock down an inclined conveyor belt inlet using poles.